Oh, sorry, KMA land. It is really, really hot outside. But that didn't stop me from coming over to Red Oak and giving you another Wednesday word. Red Oak, see, Tigers, had a chance to talk with their brand new head football coach, Barry Bauer, coming off of their first ever trip to the state tournament, to the postseason in football last year, and trying to build on that with a really solid group of guys, Coach Bauer, and I also had a chance to talk with Evan Mellott. And by the way, today's word, I mean, what else would you call it? Today's word is hot. All right, talking here with Red Oak head football coach Barry Bauer, new coach, fifth coach since 2009 coach. So, I mean, this is a group that's kind of been through a lot of ups and downs, a lot of coaching changes. So I guess maybe trying to bring a little bit of stability to it. Can you talk about that factor a little bit coming in?
Well, I tell you, I think these guys have embraced it. You know, we try not to talk about that, you know, and the kids understand where our focus is and our vision is, and that's all that matters. And we're going to be up front every single day. It's hot out here, but I tell you what, you can kind of feel the energy and the vibe from the coaching staff all the way down to the players. And I tell you, with Coach Spots' vision and where he wanted this thing, and we're going full force with it.
Yeah, you didn't want to talk about it. I brought it up. I'm sorry about that. But nonetheless, talk about your past a little bit. I mean, you've done a lot of coaching, a lot of different places. It sounds like to me like you eat, sleep, breathe football. Oh,
I absolutely do. My wife's a widow about 3-4 months out of the year, and she understands the game along with my kids. So, you know, we're trying to make these guys as successful as they can possibly be and as disciplined as they can possibly be, and we're just excited.
Been to Arizona, been to Minnesota. You've coached at Durant Bennett. You went to Morningside, assistant coach BV. So you've been a lot of different places. But probably picked something up at each, more than something at each spot.
Well, you learn from coaches. You know, you learn from your mentors that you had all the way from when you were a volunteer football coach, all the way to being a coordinator and assistant coaches throughout wherever you've been. And I've just enjoyed every single coach that I've coached with, all my assistant coaches that you had, and that's what really drives you to be successful, and you take bits and pieces of those things.
What can we expect from a Barry Bauer football team?
I tell you what, they're going to be hard work, and I tell you that's we're going to swarm to the football, and we're just going to give it everything we got. It's going to be a little bit of striving for excellence, as you heard, as far as back here, but you know, guys up front, we're getting better as we progress through this year, and we're in a little bit of shape.
You mentioned Coach Spots and his vision. Can you talk about that a little bit? You and Coach Spots and what he's kind of done. You know, he was the coach the last 2 years, taking over a situation that obviously wasn't enviable for anybody.
Right, and that's when I heard that it was open, he was stepping down. I mean, it's tough. Once you're a coach, you're always a coach, you know. But I tell you what, we talk on a daily basis. He comes down to the office, and it's just like two old coaches going after it. And I will always be grateful for this opportunity, and I will always be grateful for him and just the advice that he gives me on a daily basis. And he's part of our staff.
You mentioned the coaching, I mentioned the places you've been and stuff like that, but you're not too far. You grew up not too far from here. Went to Cam, played football at Cam, maybe played more than that, but I guess that was a part of the decision to come back here.
Absolutely, it was. You know, my kids are just wee ones, you know, and I want them to enjoy their grandparents, and I want to get closer. My dad gave me the opportunity whether to go stay home and farm or otherwise go to school and do the coaching and get my degree, and I chose to get my degree and do the coaching business. So it's nice to come back, give a little bit to Southwest Iowa, and also do some 7-on-7s during the summer against my alma mater.
Very good. Talk about this team a little bit. It was a really good senior class last year that went to the playoffs for the first time in school history, but I was looking at some of the guys coming back. Yeah, Evan Mellott back, your leading rusher, your quarterback, and Mr. Leininger's back if you decide to still have him be quarterback. A couple of defensive guys, 3/5 of your offensive line. Talk about this group.
Well, I tell you what, they've embraced it, like I said at the very beginning, and they want change, and they're getting change, and every single day they come to work, and they work very, very hard. So you're going to see an exciting brand of football, I think.
What did you see with this group as far as the excitement level and the fact that they get to the playoffs for the first time ever? Just getting there, you see the excitement level in them?
Oh, absolutely, they are. Every single day they come to work, even in the weight room. You know, during the school day, they want to work, and that's what's so special about these guys. And I think they want to succeed. They're willing to succeed, and they're willing to put in the hard work to succeed.
One thing that I saw out there, just kind of scanning the coaches a little bit, a lot of the same, some Red Oak guys, possibly maybe some guys that were coached coaching last year. Is that pretty much, does that ease the transition a bit?
Very much so. You know, some people have went through school here, you know, and graduated, and now they're back, you know, and willing to put in the time and the effort to be good quality coaches. Some guys have coached here last year, which is absolutely, but they've embraced what we've brought, and we're moving forward.
Week prep here, game prep now for Glenwood. Going to Glenwood on Friday night. That's a team that comes back with a lot. Corey Bertini is one of the better quarterbacks in the area. Can you talk about this Rams team and what you expect to see from them?
Very talented, very good up front, and I tell you what, they execute very, very well in regards to their option game. And we just got to make sure that we play assignment football and come to play.
Looking at this district, I think is maybe one of the more interesting districts in the area, and the fact that Red Oak is coming off their first playoff appearance. Shenandoah was so close last year, bring a lot back. Clarinda brings a lot back. And then the top of the group, OABCIG, Greene County, they lost a lot. Of course, you got Kemper, who's probably one of the top teams in the state, but really interesting district. What are your goals in that district?
Well, I tell you what, we're just going to take it game by game, and that's all you can do every single week. You know, I understand we play in a tough district, just like everybody else in the state of Iowa and across the country, but you just got to go game by game by game. If you start to look ahead, then it's going to get you in trouble and bite you.
Coach, we appreciate the time here today, and looking forward to working with you throughout the rest of your career here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, we're talking with Evan Mellott, senior running back, returning after a great season last year. One of the top returning rushers in the district. Evan, I guess, first of all, let's talk about last year, going to the playoffs for the first time in school history. I mean, what was that like?
Well, it meant a lot for the team, being the first time in quite a while. And we had a lot of fun last year, too.
I was talking with Coach Bauer a little bit. I thought, you know, a great senior class last year. Some of the guys you had, like the Linens and the Johnsons and all those guys, gone. But you bring a lot back this year. So I guess goals and opportunities for this year?
Well, I hope to run quite a few yards and hope to accomplish the same goals as I did last year.
What are you seeing from Coach Bauer so far? I know it's been about maybe 3 or 4 weeks, but you've probably worked with him in the summer and stuff like that. Earlier in the summer, I should say, since it's 98 degrees out. But what are you seeing from Coach Bauer? What kind of coach is he?
He's a really high-intensity coach. He keeps things going. He's always pushing us to the limit, and you can see that in our practices every day.
And also talking about the transition from him taking over. It looks like a lot of the same assistant coaches, though. Did that kind of ease the transition of the coach? I mean, there's been a lot of coaching changes here.
Yeah, it's helped a lot. At least we know some of the coaches, and we can talk to them. And Coach Bauer brings a whole new intensity to the program, but we still have some of the original coaches.
Glenwood on Friday night, very good team. Corey Bertini is a great quarterback. They bring a few other guys back, one of his top threats outside. I guess, what are you looking at this Glenwood team? What are you guys looking to do there in week 1?
Well, we're looking to beat them for sure. But yeah, we've been watching them on film and learning some of their plays, and we can hope to counteract that.
Looking at the district a little bit, last year you got in that 4 spot. What are you looking to add as far as being top contenders for you this year?
Well, I hope we do just as good as we did last year and even better for sure.
Evan Mellott, one of the top rushers in the district and the top rusher for Red Oak. I know you're going to be toting the ball quite a bit this year, Evan. Thanks a lot for taking time out.
Thank you.